This is a talk about everything we've learned about winging harnesses, what works for winging, and what's the right harness for us. We have owned many winging harnesses, and one thing we've learned is you need a harness with a waist belt. A waist belt holds the harness in place when it's around your body, and when you got a waist belt, it won't ride up, it won't fall down. You can crash and the harness will stay put. And you also don't have to ride with the strap tight that the harness hook is on. It's much more comfortable if this doesn't have to be tight, because it will just gives you more freedom of movement, less chance of dinging your board if it moves around. These are the right engine Vanakas. If you're wondering why this one has a windsurfing spreader bar, it's because I put a lot more load on it at my weight and aggressively riding upwind than what works with these little Tinker Toy hooks, which are fine for my 115-pound wife, but not for me. What happens if I ride with this, the harness collapses and pinches. If you ride with a spreader bar, it reduces the pinch because of this spacing. But these still are not the ultimate. They're still too soft. And we own plenty of kite harnesses and windsurf harnesses, but they're all too stiff and the freedom of movement just isn't there. But then we learned about this harness from Minera, which is a clever design. It's a soft harness and a hard harness all in one. So what they've done is they've put a spreader bar across the back, a spreader bar across the front to totally eliminate pinch under load, and that allows the rest of the harness to be super soft. You've got this soft, pliable plastic cage. You've got a real soft neoprene belt with a fantastic waist belt. The waist belt actually has Velcro here, Velcro here, and when you put this on, it is really secure, and you're just floating in this soft, pliable inside the cage between the back bar and the front bar, and you feel no load. I mean, I wish I had had this when I was in the gorge this summer when it was strong and gusty and we were trying to rip up wind. I never would have felt a gust. I mean, I would have just been floating inside this cage. It's really cool harness. You do have to, if you're going to prone paddle out, you do have to release with this quick release your spreader bar and just lay on your belly and swim out like this. When you get outside, sit on the board and then relatch the spreader bar. That would be the only thing that would make it slightly nicer, as if they had a sliding spreader bar. But other than that, I mean, most of the time I don't have to prone paddle out. I'm tall enough that I can get out. But when I do, I just open this up. This is Jackie's, and this is mine. I did have to put my own sliding rope on the back for the wing harness because it doesn't come with one, but the attachment points are there for putting this rope on. so it's not a big deal. But if you're serious about ripping up wind and you don't want to feel a thing, you just want to feel nothing, this is quite amazing. You're just floating inside a cage, so soft, so easy to move around. It's really nice, highly recommended if you're really serious about ripping up wind in a harness.